Hi, I am Adve. In this video recording, I'm going to demonstrate and show the whole simulation that was built for the wireless sensor nodes (Wsn) infrastructure for the smart transportation network. And for this demonstration and simulation, we have used the virtual resources and running the whole infrastructure that you are seeing right now in a virtual environment. For running the whole infrastructure was used the VirtualBox and its virtual machines that are several ones and various ones, depends on the role and the purpose that was built. The whole virtual machines are based on Ubuntu or Linux. For connection and building this smart transportation network infrastructure virtual one, we use the GNS3, which is a very good one tool for utilizing the virtual resources and building any other infrastructures what was the intention to. So this is the GNS3 infrastructure that was built, and you see here we have various objects and various things within this virtual infrastructure. Let me introduce those one by one. Actually, the infrastructure now is running, so we would see, first of all, that we have the wireless access points running on the Open VRT. And we built two of those. One is Edge, and the other one is the second one for the sensors, Wsn sensors, to have as a potential backup route whenever the first one, the main one, may fail or any cyber attack could impact that negatively. Whenever we would look on the all devices all connected within this network environment, we would see here that we have some of them, and those are represented by all those virtual machines that has a network configured only for that. Now, let me show the objects and things that we have used to build this smart transportation infrastructure. So as the main thing, we have the network that we put it here, one as an edge one, as a main one, and the other one as a second one, as a second route. For this configuration, so those sensors nodes using this as a second option and potential ones after any circumstances of incident happens or attacks are built a Python scripts which defines the backup route for all those wireless sensor nodes in this infrastructure of smart transportation network. So that was built on Python. Everything that you see, generation and running of those sensors, the base language that was used is Python. Next thing that we built is that we created something called a base station, as we all know as a gateway. So this will be used a place where all those data generated by the sensors, in this case Wsn, will be collected here and send it here. Let me show this environment, how it looks like. So we have here the base station, which gets all the information from all the sensors. And to see that more, we have here using the protocol of MQTT, and we are using the MQTT Explorer to see the data that are coming. And you see under this sensor structure of the hierarchy, you are seeing that different sensors are enrolled here and registered on this MQTT gateway. So data are coming right away. You are seeing that the different data generation on this. And if you would like to deep dive more on this, you can click each of those sensors and check and see the information that they are sending. So this is a typical MQTT protocol used, which was built on top of the Python language on all those Wsn sensor nodes with a different range of data. The next thing that was used and built was all those sensors, which in this case represent a truck, a light, a road. So we have several of them. Each of them as a main connection on the network on the Wsn nodes has their wireless access points, VAP. As a second one, they have this one, as we mentioned in the beginning of this demonstration. All those data which will be collected to the base stations for the research purposes of our objective that we had is that we need those data to further use an EDA, exploratory data analysis, and potential build a machine learning model and artificial intelligence model which could help us to identify potential attacks. And for that, we built a management server. This would be the place where we would conduct further analysis of exploratory data analysis, pre-processing steps, and all those data science lifecycle steps. And further, we would use anomaly detection algorithms that could be used to build the machine learning model. And the data sets that were generated, each of those sensor types are based on sensor types. The data set will be generated separately. With a further exploratory data analysis and pre-processing step, we will collect all those data sets and pre-process those and make ready for analytics and machine learning algorithms. For conducting such attack scenarios, we have here a node which is called attacker node, and here is used a Kali Linux, which is a very suitable one machine. We would have two scenarios. All this infrastructure that we have it here will be running all the normal operations, and all the data will be collected in the normal operation scenario. After that, we would introduce the attacker node when we would do the attack scenario. And some of those attack scenarios include denial of service, MITM, man-in-the-middle attack, false data injection, and black hole attack. We would introduce one by one and generate, again, data sets from those sensors and collect all those and the logs. All those information insights, data sets for both scenarios will be used further for data science steps, pre-processing, analytics, and building machine learning models. Let me show you more how those sensor nodes, which are represented as a virtual machine on the virtual box, are generating those data. Let's see the first one. Here are the data that are generated based on a Python scripts custom one built especially for the smart transportation network, and all the data are generated from here. Here also is a built-in logic that gives this as a backup communication through the other VAP, wireless access points, used here, OpenWRT, which is a very good solution for running such kind of things. And all the sensors are this way generated based on the custom built Python scripts. And all the data are sent through the network wireless sensor nodes, wireless sensor infrastructure, Wsn, to the gateway, to the base station that we mentioned on the beginning. And here at the base station, we would be seeing all the data collected, and all those will be saved on all those files as a CSV data type, which is a very suitable data type for further analytics and machine learning. And here I'm showing a spreadsheet, which is the whole documentation of this running infrastructure for simulation purposes of the Wsn on the smart transport network. So all here are the configuration and documentation that we have done to prepare this infrastructure.